The Bert Show. Time to get buzzed on the hot goss from Hollywood with Abby. It's The Bert Show's entertainment buzz.
The internet wants Simone Biles to divorce her husband ASAP. And it all has to do with the way he answered one question on a podcast. I think you know what I'm talking about. So Jonathan Owens, he plays for the Green Bay Packers, and he went on the Pivot podcast. And he was asked how he pulled Simone Biles, the greatest gymnast of all time. And he was like, well, it's really how she pulled me. Because he says he didn't know who she was. And the interviewers were like, literally what? You think you're the catch?
So you was really the catch in...
I always say we the man the catch, man. I always say we the catch, man.
Yeah, so she really booked you.
She did, though.
Is what you saying.
Because I was fighting it.
So in truth, if I say this out loud, was Jonathan Owens ain't really want Simone Biles, is what you're saying.
At the time,
That's what
I'm not going to say that.
That's what you're saying.
I was afraid. I was afraid to commit. I'm like, man, this is my third year. You know, I'm trying to, I'm like, it's kind of early. But, you know, like I said, man, it happened when you least expect it.
And so honestly, when I heard that, I was kind of like, whatever, he's a young hotshot. But then he really went in with Simone about the semantics of how their first meeting went down.
It matched. I was just the first to message. As soon as I clicked, ooh, I like him, it matched. So he had already liked my profile, which that means
She
I was
always
just the first.
say we match
No,
first.
baby, we matched, but I was the first to message.
Yeah, you
was
messaged me.
scared.
She messaged. She wasn't scared. I deal with that.
I know what I like and I know what I want.
I don't know. It just feels a little bit like he wanted to seem too cool in front of the guys. Like, well, she wanted me. And it's like, you are married to this woman. It doesn't matter at this point.
I don't understand, like, having to downplay your significant other's, like, attributes and her accomplishments and that, yeah. Okay, so you're there's nothing wrong with thinking you're a catch. It's actually, like, healthy to think of yourself as a catch. It's good self-esteem, nothing wrong with that. But to go into an interview like that, making it sound like, no, she's not the catch, I'm the catch. It's like you don't have to put another person down to lift yourself up. And I saw somebody bust him, and it was hilarious. So because he said he didn't watch gymnastics, right? Like he didn't know who she was. And somebody went on to X, formerly known as Twitter, and put in his name in gymnastics. And sure enough, tweets popped up of him saying certain things about him while he was watching gymnastics. So it's like, dude, get out of here.
It was all bad for me. First of all, even if this story is true in how you see it, to admit that you're a black athlete and don't know who Simone Biles is, that in itself was like,
Trash.
That doesn't even make you look good,
No.
fam. And I respect him feeling like a catch. I think everybody should feel like a catch. But if we're being honest here, you're not one of the best players in the league. That is the greatest gymnast from all time.
Right.
She's the catch, big dog. You gotta let it go.
I think we're missing the biggest offense here that he said. Unless I misinterpreted it in the beginning. Did he say, I always think the man's the catch?
Yes.
He did say that.
That's the one right there. Okay, so when he's talking about Simone, it's personal. But when he makes a statement like that, now you're a chauvinist.
Well, I think it's because I think that's the mentality of a professional athlete, because he's the one that, like, because let's admit it, there's plenty of women out there who try to snag them a professional athlete, trap them a professional athlete, however you want to say. So for his mentality, if you have women throwing themselves at you all the time because you're a professional athlete, you make good money, whatever, you're going to get disillusioned and delulu into thinking, well, we're the catch.
In 10 years, I assure you, nobody will know his name. In 10 days, nobody will know his name. Her name will live on forever.
His name is Simone Biles' husband. That's just what it is.
Embrace it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, in the interview, Simone even says, well, in a couple of years, baby, they're not going to know you as Simone Biles' husband. They're going to know you as, they're going to know me as Jonathan Owens' wife. And we're all like, don't put us into that conversation.
Actually, I think Mo was wrong. In a couple of years, he'll be known as Simone Biles' ex-husband.
He keep this up.
I mean, she is firmly standing by her man, because
respect it.
she responded on social media, and she's like, okay, are we done talking about this?
Right.
Because, like, I'm over it.
I respect it too, but I think just so many women saw that and put themselves in her shoes. And I feel like almost every woman has been in that situation where you're dating a guy or you have a guy friend and they put you down in some regard. And I think it really made us all feel like, girl, run.
Yeah, I can understand that too, because here you do have one of the greatest athletes of all time. She's at the height of her profession. No one has ever been better, right? And yet a guy is still saying, she's still not as good as me.
In what world, bro?
Right? So I can understand how women can be offended by that.
For sure.
All right, Britney Spears reveals she's been ghostwriting pop music for the last few years, but for who? I'll tell you what she said on your next eBuzz on The Bert Show.
The Bert Show.